Hey family, it's your girl Evelyn and I'm back with another video. We are in this thing, we are doing it, getting you these videos on the regular. Let me know if you are enjoying it so far. Vlogmas 2018, and if you're watching this after Vlogmas, still feel free, stay, enjoy, okay? Listen, this video is still gonna be equally as delicious as it is later as it is now. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. The video is still good, okay? So what we're gonna do today is, I got a question from one of you about how to set goals for your life. And you were saying you were a little bit, where you were full-fledged adults and you didn't have goals for your life. And I would tell you, the interesting thing about not having goals is there is no neutrality in not having goals. Meaning, like, if you don't have a vision to move forward, you're slipping backwards. I've experienced this in my own life. I've seen family members experience this, friends experience this, that if you don't have a goal of moving forward in multiple areas of your life, you will slip backwards, even though it'll feel like you're just being stagnant, okay? And so I will say this, to get started with goal setting, it's really about starting with the end in mind. And when I say the end, yes, I mean the end, like the end of your life. When you're 90, when you're 100, when you're 105, and yes, my goal is to live past 100, okay? I may not be able to 100% control that, but I definitely want to influence that any way that I can. And so to ask myself, what do I want to be doing at 80, 90, 100, 105, 110? What do I want my life to look like? What will have happened? What will have led me to that point? And then to work your way backwards. For example, one of the things that I would love to be doing at 105 years old is to be sitting on my porch with my husband and our great-great-grandchildren and the family all around, okay? And have a porch that's big enough for that and all that kind of stuff. And so in order to do that, I have to back myself into, well, if I'm living to 105, 110 years old, what kind of health things am I doing right now that are going to put me in position to live that long? What kind of activities and choices am I making every day, this year, next year, the year after, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that will position me best for that to be a reality? Okay, I said with my husband, and he's also going to be in his hundreds, right? So when I'm thinking about dating, I selected somebody who is healthy or who has a bent towards health, and I got to date and get married, and then I got to do the things that allow me to date and get married, and and then I want to have children, right? And so for me, you guys know, I was diagnosed with uterine cancer in 2016. So really focusing on my womb health if I want to have great-great-grandchildren around. Oh, okay, obviously I want to be a homeowner and have a porch. Okay, where is that going to be? Do I want to live in the city? Do I want to live in the country? Do I want to live in the suburbs? Right? How much money do I need to make to be able to afford the kind of land that can host all of my family? Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to start with the end in mind. So for me, I think about it in multiple areas, that when my funeral comes, and I know it sounds morbid, but it actually is really uplifting and motivating to me, I guess, to think about what kind of spiritual life will I have led? What kind of family life will I have led? What kind of friend would I have been? What kind of impact did I have on my sphere of influence, no matter how big or small that is? What kind of career woman was I? What kind of mother would I have been? All that kind of stuff. And then I start working that backwards, right? So if that's the end goal, what are some major milestones along my life that need to happen to get me to that point? Now, most people, when they think about setting goals, they are thinking about events that will happen. I will do X. And I think that's important. I think that's absolutely important as a piece of goal setting. But I think the bigger piece of setting goals is, who do I need to be in order for those events to happen, in order to reach those goals? For example, if I say, if I say like I want to have led a really, really great spiritual life and have a spiritual legacy in my family, then I have to back that into, well, what kind of active believer am I now, or I'm striving to be to accomplish that goal, right? Like, who do I need to be, not just what do I need to do? And so if you're the one who asked me this question, I don't want to put, you know, everything out there, but I wanted to answer this in video form because I thought it'd be really beneficial for anybody who's in a place where you're trying to set goals. And a lot of people set short-term goals and not long-term goals. And it's actually the other way around. You need a long-term. How are you getting short-term goals if it's not part of a bigger long-term strategy? Like, your short-term goals should be pointing towards a bigger strategy or a bigger goal. And a lot of people are just, this is my goals for the year. Well, is that a part of a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 20-year plan, a 30-year plan? Like, what is that a part of? I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when I tell people about how to do their vision boards, it's not just cutting pictures out of a magazine. Like, I have a very detailed process, and it has been so beneficial to me. And you guys let me know in the comments, like I said, if you want me to do that vision board workshop where I just kind of walk you through my process, because it's too long for a video. Like, and I want you guys to be able to ask questions and all that kind of stuff. But setting goals starts with a bigger life plan in multiple areas and the different areas of your life, and then backing those into 20-year, 10-year, 15-year, 5-year, 1 year, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, monthly, weekly, daily goals and habits, and who you need to become, not just what you need to do. So I hope that helps. I know this is kind of a short video for today, but I wanted to just kind of talk about, if you want to start with planning goals for your life, start with the end in mind. Who do I want to be? What do I want my life to look like in multiple different areas? And then start working your way backwards and say, what kind of habits can I cultivate right now, today, in the next week, month? What can I start? What habits do I need to drop? What things do I need to change? What mindsets, do I need to alter? What books do I need to read? What kind of discipline do I need? What things do I need to invest in and purchase and buy? What things do I need to stop buying, stop doing, stop eating, start eating? Whatever the case may be, that's going to point me in that direction. So I hope that's helpful, and let me know in the comments your tips on goal setting, if you're a pretty good goal setter, or things that have helped you achieve your goals. And then also let me know where you may have some opportunities for, you need some assistance when it comes to goal setting. I would love to assist you with that. I feel like I'm pretty good at goal setting. I used to do it for my companies that I worked for. I help my clients do it, and then I help them develop a strategy to implement that. You guys know I talked about that in my video, what I actually do for a living, that it's the GPS, because a lot of times people will know what the end goal is. Some people do. Some people don't even know that, and they need, assistance and support around being able to dream big enough, because they don't even know or fully believe what could be possible. I look at it like the Bible promises us 120 years. I want all 120 of my years if I can help it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's 120. Don't quote me. But I want to do what I can do to influence that. Now, you have to let go of the outcome when it comes to any goals, and you can influence that. And so a lot of times people struggle with dreaming big enough. And when I say big enough, I don't mean like it needs to change the world and go down in history big enough. Just big enough that it really, really, really is what you want, and that you can believe that you can work towards that, and that is something that's attainable. Okay, so a lot of times I have to help my clients even with that piece. And then once we establish what's actually attainable, then I help them with, okay, now let's put in strategies and systems and processes and action plans and tactics and goals and all that kind of stuff to get you to that desired end. And that has to be part of a bigger picture. So I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.